This article is like 8 years old, but it is very topical to something that's been going on for like the past, well, 2 years technically, but we found out about it yesterday. An old article from Fox News written by some unknown guy who we don't need to talk about just yet. You guys could probably guess. May 6th, 2015. Liberals need to stop lying about divorce. I'll get right to it because I know you're a busy person and that the interwebs is serious business. I appreciate that concern. I wish more people had it. In response to my latest column supporting young marriage, many leftists brought up that what they believe to be a brilliant counterpoint in the form of the 50% divorce rate. As if it's just all leftists who've been doing this. There's only one problem. It's not true. As a matter of fact, it's less true today than it's been in decades. Even worse, the liberals who perpetuate this lie know it. It's one thing for an individual to make a statistical error. People slip up when doing their homework all the time. As a matter of fact, I've come to expect it from most of the mainstream media. If they were to do the job properly, I'd likely be disappointed. They're like Charlie Brown. Part of the fun is hoping that they stop screwing up, but ultimately knowing they never will. It's an entirely different thing, however, to repeatedly cite a well-debunked statistic that, if accepted as truth, will ultimately be harmful to an entire generation of easily influenced dunce caps. Yeah, that's what you are, man. If you don't go out and get married, you are an easily influenced dunce cap. So when you proactively lie to people, insisting that divorce, that failure is the norm, well, ultimately people will accept it as such. I'm sure that didn't happen to you, though. You know, like I'm sure your marriage ended up perfectly fine because you're not an easily influenced dunce cap. Maybe these media and entertainment industry, those in the media and entertainment industry, lie in order to feel better about their own shortcomings. Ironically enough, the one place where 50% divorce rate is likely accurate to be in the entertainment media industry itself. I wonder what industry this mystery individual is in, too. It must be a hard place to be, realizing that failure isn't the norm, except for when applied to your own sad, empty little lives. To be faced with irrefutable statistics regarding marriage success rates simply whispers, the problem is you. Remember, man, if you fail despite all these success rates, the problem is you. So think about it for a second. Tinseltown really likes to think that they have a handle on all things love. After all, they've turned it into $1 billion industry with romance films, trashy TV shows, and who's dating who tabloids. The media loves to follow suit like the lackeys they are. And then in the face of overwhelming data, they realize that when it comes to love, they've got it dead wrong. It's everyone else who had it dead wrong all along. So what do? They tell you what any bully with insecurities would do, of course, try to make others feel just as small and hopeless as they are. They decide to not only perpetuate, but proactively grow a lie in an attempt to spin it into reality. Like you are right now. So here's the truth. If you get married in the U.S., chances are that your marriage will last. Getting divorced in this country is abnormal and should be considered so. Anyone who tells you otherwise is either lying or really, really dumb. So put down the remote control, throw away Us Weekly, and go spend some more time with your spouse, reveling in the fact that you'll very likely be partners for life. You're welcome. By none other than Steven Crowder. I said my piece on Twitter. Steven is a great entertainer. He deserves all the success he has. He knows how to put on a good show. But he's also an insufferable moralizer. And I can't say I didn't see this coming. This has been happening since the dawn of my channel. Every time one of these trad cucks gets all uppity and starts giving you lip, like, oh, you just need to pick the right woman. Oh, you need to know how to handle her better. Oh, pick right. Don't worry about. Oh, you got to find a nice trad church going conservative whammons. And inevitably, they end up getting divorced every time. And I'm kind of reminded of this happened in like when Barbarossa was still around. Yeah, no, there was like this pretty big hater that was just going around shitting on everyone constantly, and then they're rubbing it in how successful his marriage is. Like, oh, it's just no, you incel losers. Of course, you're mad and you hate women. You don't you wouldn't understand because you're just a bunch of losers. Unlike me, like, oh yeah, I'm Mr. Chad right here with the successful marriage. And then he got a divorce. And then he was immediately going around to the same circles. Like, isn't the MRA supposed to help guys like me? Where's no? Why aren't you helping me when I need it? And Barbarossa just flat out told him, it's like, we tried to help you before you put a ring on. It's like we tried to warn you, but you didn't listen. You knew better. So now that it's on you now. You ignored our help when we tried to give it. So what more do you expect us to do for you? Like, we can't force you to listen to advice. That's basically what's happening here. I mean, yeah, Crowder was moralizing about this for years. Like, even this is how he got started in writing these types of articles for Fox News. And now, well, you know the story. And I think the lesson we should take away from this, and a Better Bachelor covered this great in his breakdown. Look at Crowder. Just, I mean, look at the guy. He is in shape. He's not bad looking. He's obviously very smart. He's rich as fuck, most likely. He's pretty much got everything. And on top of that, it's like, didn't he get with his like high school sweetheart or something? Like, unless I'm misremembering, like, him and his wife were each other's firsts. His wife apparently a traditionalist Christian Whammons. He should be everything that a successful man represents, right? He even got the right woman, according to what all the trad cucks say. Yeah, he found the loyal Christian woman who even like the no hymen, no diamond. Okay, so that they waited until after marriage to have sex. They were each other's firsts. They did everything right, and his ass is still getting divorced. And the video he did about this, where he said, I still believe divorce is wrong. I still think it's bad, but the legal system doesn't care what I think. And I was like, man, I was just like slamming my head in the desk. Like, yes, that's exactly what we've been trying to tell you. Even if you do everything right, like Crowder did, you're still at the mercy of a broken family legal system. Until this broken legal system is fixed, I say men should go on a fucking marriage strike. Like, these women are so fond of doing that, right? Like, oh, we're going to go on a sex strike until we have our way. Men got to do that too. It's like, no, we're going to go on a marriage strike until you whammons fix these broken ass laws and make it worth our while again. But no, it's fine. Just don't be weak, right? Like, just pick the right woman. Don't be a weak beta. And you're going to end up just like Crowder, huh? Yeah, Crowder needed to step up. Exactly. He wasn't taking care of her needs. He was weak.